All right, guys, we got 6 most
2017, a
disturbing
YouTuber named Phil
camping
has been
encounters.
uploading videos of his hiking
These are
trips
my
to his
favorite
channel
ones, bro.
Hike
I love
Slam,
watching
where he gives
these.
his viewers a glimpse into everything he does to prepare for a long hike, camp alone in the middle of the woods, choose the right hiking gear, and pretty much everything related to the outdoors.
What is wrong with people going by
Thanksgiving
themselves?
2021, Phil went on an overnight hike to camp on the Appalachian Trail near his house in Virginia. For the first half hour of his hike, things kick off.
For those of you that don't know, bruh, the Appalachian Trail, however you say that, I can't even say it. It's too big. But that's like one of the worst trails, I'm pretty sure, in America that you can go to. Like, all right, let's get back into
pretty
it.
normally, but after a while, he finds some odd-looking trash lying on the side of the trail. Strangely, there appears to be some writing on some of the containers he finds, which appear to be song lyrics, though it's hard to imagine why anyone would go through the trouble of writing out entire songs or poems on a plastic container only to later throw it on the side of the trail.
That's why.
As he crosses the boundary into the wilderness, things continue to get stranger and stranger, and as he nears the campsite, Phil finds another series of disturbing notes.
The weirdness continues.
Yo. No, this is a crazy person for sure.
What the?
No, you gotta turn around and go back home now. That's like that would draw the line for me.
And there's a.
This definitely draws the line.
Dead duck here.
Yo, is that fake?
Duck here.
Yo, chat, is that fake? That's gotta be fake. There ain't like, I don't know, it kind of looks real, but it kind of looks fake though. Cause why is it sitting like that? Yo, what?
Some of the notes appear to contain cryptic poems, others seem to talk about pretty in-depth conspiracy theories and undercover federal agents or something, and the rest appear to be biographical, with whoever wrote them telling parts of their story. It's tough to confirm if the person who wrote the notes was the same person who killed the duck, but honestly, it would be too much of a coincidence for the dead duck to be lying right there next to the series of creepy notes, which were obviously placed there recently considering they're in good condition and not wet. After taking in the eerie scene, Phil notices a tarp and a fire next to a campsite placed there recently considering they're in good condition and not wet. After taking in the eerie scene, Phil
this right here, look, he got rocks laying on each and every single one of these. He wants this to be red.
Notices a tarp and a fire next to a campsite about 20 yards away from the notes and the dead duck. Staying as far away as possible from the campsite, he continues making his way up to a shelter. Although this next part wasn't caught on camera...
Oh, pause. My fault.
Phil then reported that he saw 2 women coming down the trail with their dog, asking him if he had seen the guy who was leaving the creepy notes and dead animals on the side of the trail. When Phil mentioned he saw a campsite and a fire a few yards away from the notes, the woman got scared and asked him to walk back to their car with them. Thinking it was probably a good idea to move as far away as possible from the campsite anyway, Phil went back with them and then started...
Bro, do you have any survival skills or common sense at all? Look, listen, if y'all out in the woods and you see strangers, do not ever go back to the car with them. You just asking to get right in your stomach.
Started hiking in the other direction to find a safer place to spend the night.
Nah.
Fortunately, the rest of his hike to the new shelter was a lot more uneventful for Phil.
Wait, he's still staying? Yo! What is wrong with him? No, why is he still staying?
He was able to set up a camp for the night, light a fire, and enjoy his dinner miles away from the disturbing notes he found. A few minutes later, once it got dark, Phil decided to go into the shelter and check out the camp log and see some of the notes and stories other hikers had left behind. And that's when things get extremely creepy again.
I'm gonna check out the shelter log here. I hang out by the fire.
Oh, these things
almost every shelter on the Appalachian Trail has a shelter log where people write in their trail names and what's going on. They can write whatever they want in there. So it's kind of cool tradition here. So let's see what this one says. Little engine, back section. Hiking again finally. It's nice and little trail magic. Some comics.
Whoa! Who had time to do all this while they was hiking? No, that's kind of tough. Someone was hungry right here, boy. They was thinking about some food. I don't know what this is. I don't know, but this drawing's
Writing
kind of
and
tough.
stuff. All right, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap. Wait a sec.
Hold on. I'm about to pre-fire what he about to say. That's the same writing from what was on that bottle and stuff. It is the exact same. Watch. Pre-fired.
Hold on, I'm adjust the camera here. This writing looks almost exactly like the writing that was on
Y'all got to pay
that
attention.
garbage a couple of miles from here.
Bro, that is the exact
Even though
same
the shelter
handwriting.
where Phil's currently staying at is more than 2
Pre-fire.
miles away and on the other side of the road from the previous one, the handwriting in the camp log is exactly the same as the handwriting that was on the notes and
No, see,
garbage
right
on
there?
the other side of the road.
You got to
This is
skedaddle.
pretty disturbing in itself, but
Look,
it gets even more
exact
so when
same
Phil
handwriting.
starts to actually read some of the content in the logbook.
2018, while I was incarcerated at the Okaloosa.
Why? Who goes on a hike? Most of the time you go on a hike, have fun, clear your head and stuff. Who goes on a hike to talk about them being incarcerated? Nah, bro, go out there and chill. Nah, see this. As soon as you read that line, you got to go home. No,
County
you don't
Jail.
stay out there.
What
Bro's
the
talking about
heck?
being incarcerated. He probably ain't scared
In
to go back
solitary
again.
confinement, I figured the following out. Refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9.
Okay.
This is the same ramblings from the guy that was on the other
you know
side
it
of
was
the
a
river.
guy,
That's
though?
kind of scary. Kind of weird. Those women down there said they were going to call the police on the guy. Wow, this is weird. It's just like it goes in one direction, then immediately goes in a completely different direction. And there's just so much of it. Like this line up here. Think grave robbery in an attempt to obscure the reality of Little Mrs. Wolf.
Huh?
Content. Come up with some more of those wicked schemes, JB and company, so I can show some more of your true character.
The fact that
What is
there's a
dude
convicted
yapping
felon
about?
walking around the woods leaving dark and weird notes all over the place is extremely concerning, and based on the kinds of stuff the guy is writing, he's probably not in his right mind. This could obviously be dangerous for
He
Phil,
definitely
especially since it's already pretty
owned one.
dark and he doesn't appear to have anything to defend himself with. As he gets ready to go to sleep in his tent, Phil walks back to the shelter once more, where he finds half a Gatorade bottle hanging from a string on the ceiling with a note in the same guy's handwriting that reads, "Watch out for Yeet Mouse, the dead do walk and talk." Understandably creeped out by yet another disturbing
What?
note, Phil tries to fall asleep in his tent, obviously a little on edge from everything that happened that day. The last thing you'd want to happen if you were in Phil's position would probably be to start hearing strange noises near the shelter in the middle of the
sure.
night, and
If I
that's
start hearing
exactly what
stuff walking,
happened.
I'd flip.
While he was
Please
falling
tell me he got,
asleep, he heard
like, some
something
type
moving
of
near the
defense on
shelter,
him.
and as
What
he
was
poked his
that?
head out of the tent, he saw a single guy with a headlamp walking around the shelter. Not wanting to find out if it was the same guy who had been leaving notes, he quietly made his way back to the truck in the middle of the night, checking over his shoulder the entire way to make sure he wasn't being followed. Luckily, he made
Hold on. Did y'all listen? That ain't even sound real. His campsite is literally right beside the hut, right? The dude's walking around the hut with a headlamp on. How do you not see his tent, first off? And how do you walk quietly in the woods? You can't walk quietly. That's not a
it back
thing,
home
is it?
safely, and as of
Oh, look at all them leaves
2024,
and
he
stuff
hasn't
around. You
uploaded
can't walk
another video
quietly.
about the strange notes he found on the Appalachian Trail. It's pretty likely that dozens of other hikers after him came across the disturbing notes and the dead duck, but we'll probably never know who exactly the guy who wrote them was, or what he would have done if he ran into any unsuspecting campers. Grizzly Gaz is a camping channel on YouTube consisting of dozens of videos featuring Gaz, the uploader, going on hiking and camping trips in the UK
UFO
with his
hotspot.
French bulldog named Fendi.
No.
In a lot of his videos, he goes
Yo, look at that puppy, though. Why are you bringing that into the woods with you, bro? What if something happens? Bro, you gotta keep that thing at home. That's a home puppy.
In a lot of his videos, he goes camping
You
in
go get
some
you a
pretty
German
extreme
Shepherd or
conditions,
something.
and he often
Oh,
shows
no.
footage of his unexpected encounters with big animals in the middle of the woods.
What is that?
In April 2023, Gaz uploaded a
animal?
video of a camping trip he made somewhere in the woods in the UK. The first part of the camping trip goes pretty much according to plan, with the footage showing Gaz setting up his tent and chopping wood to make a fire while his dog Fendi keeps him company as the sun begins to set.
Okay,
This
he
next
kinda know
part
what he
wasn't
doing.
shown in the footage, but as Gaz started to prepare his steak dinner over the fire, a random man in jeans and a coat approached his campsite and asked him for a beer and
Hold on, we're gonna pause it right there. A random guy walks up to you and hold on, let's see what he
food.
does.
Right, we've got steaks on go now.
Oh,
Bit
that
of
looks so
ribeye,
good.
pot boiling
He
for
eating
some
good
mash,
out in there.
and
What?
I've got a visitor.
Okay, so I see you trying to get him on camera and stuff just in case, but that dude is in jeans in the woods. Nobody wears jeans out into the woods like that. Not work jeans. You're gonna wear something cozy if you're going hiking or something like that. You're not gonna be wearing like work attire. Nah, this ain't. Nah, you got it.
Creeped
hits a
up
road.
behind me asking me if I had a light. Me pants.
Okay, so at
This
at
is
least
Martin
he's like
anyway. I don't know him.
he's trying
but
not to be
he's stopping
suspicious
for a
about.
steak, so
Just some random crate wandering about.
you went round here in a poncho a couple of months ago, were you?
Don't think I was. I could have been.
although the encounter with the man itself was pretty tame, it's still pretty creepy to be camping in the woods in the middle of nowhere and suddenly be
Nah,
approached
at
by a
least he's.
random
Oh,
guy
my fault,
asking
my
for
fault, my
things.
fault. At least
If you
he's
listen
playing
closely
it
to
right
what
though.
he's
He got him
saying,
on
some of the
camera and
guy's
stuff.
sentences are a little incoherent, and he appears to ramble a bit when he talks, almost like he's kind of out of it.
Oh yeah.
Later in
for
the
sure.
footage, Gaz reveals that Martin was homeless, and that as they shared their
Okay.
dinner, he told Gaz his story about how he had ruined his life with the drugs, and how he had ended up
Yeah.
walking alone in the woods that day. Disturbingly, Gaz also mentioned that while they were having dinner, he turned around for a few seconds to chop some more wood to keep the fire going, and when he turned back around, Martin had left the campsite unannounced without even thanking Gaz for the food. After the strange
Yo.
encounter, the uploader decided to leave the campsite and head
Smart,
home out of fear that the
yeah.
man would possibly tell his friends about meeting some guy camping
Yeah,
out in the
that's
middle of
smart,
the
smart,
woods with
smart.
expensive filming
He played
equipment
that
lying
perfect.
around and suggest robbing him
Didn't
or
let him know
possibly
or nothing.
worse. To see if Martin would come back in the
That's
middle of the
smart.
night with possibly ill intentions, Gaz actually left a trail camera on the tree at the campsite to capture everything that happened
Yo,
that night.
that's
Based on his
that's
behavior,
big brain.
it's pretty hard to gauge Martin's intentions
Yo,
and know whether
he's
he was just
actually
confused
smart.
and possibly under the influence,
No,
or
that's
if he
real
had something
smart.
more sinister planned that evening. Either way, it's probably a good thing that Gaz left the campsite and didn't go back until the next morning, especially
Oh, there's the
since
puppy.
when he did go back, his trail camera that he had left was completely gone.
Yeah, see, look. He has that. He had that little dog with him. What if he stayed there, right? And he has that little dog with him. Guess what? What if that little dog gets killed or like stolen, bro? You got to keep him at home. That's too little of a puppy. You got to bring
Creepy
a big dog
Outdoors
with
is
you
a
if you
channel
want
where
to
the
do that.
uploader
'Cause it can
frequently
actually
shows
defend
footage of his
itself.
nighttime visits to sketchy outdoor locations during all 4
Oh
seasons.
nah.
In October
That look
2022, Creepy Outdoors uploaded a video of a camping trip he took to an unnamed forest in the middle of nowhere, recording everything he saw as he explored some of the surrounding woods in the darkness. For the first few minutes, all you can hear is the guy's breathing, and you can't help but be kind of amazed at how brave it is to visit a dark forest in the middle of nowhere all alone, not knowing if you're going to run into potentially
Yo, why are you doing this though? Like, I want to know what goes through people's heads as they're like, yeah, well, I'm gonna wake up and we're just gonna go by myself to some dark forest.
hostile animals or something else. As the video progresses, the uploader makes a few comments and
Right.
observations on his surroundings, and throughout the footage, there doesn't appear to be anyone else in the forest with him. Around 13 minutes in,
How
though,
do you know
an
that,
extremely
though?
disturbing sound takes the footage in a pretty dark direction.
Not as creepy. Oh hell! Whoa! No! 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 Please tell me he darts. Please tell me he runs off. There's no what. Hold on, we about to run that back. Hold on, let me get up on my chair real quick. No. Let's run that back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Woo-hoo-hoo! Shit, boy. Hell no. You gotta get up out of there. That is not no dog. That is not no animal or nothing. Nuh-uh. You gotta skedaddle. He bet. Look, if I unpause this and he don't run off, I swear to God, he's dumb. No, he's got to go. If he don't run right now, he's got to go. Never go back to a forest. There ain't no way.
Oh, hi.
Please tell me you got to... The fuck was that? What did he just say? Hold on. Damn, my monitor fell. What? Nah, bro.
Oh, hi.
You said, oh, hi? Hold on, chat.
What?
I'm trying to fix my damn monitors. Bro, why do you say hi?
I need to get out of here.
Oh, well, no shit, Sherlock. Nah. No, bro said I need to get out of here. What did you think?
Okay. That was...
You're just gonna
Creepy.
stay?
I need to get out of here.
Why are you walking? Nah, it's
In
gonna
the
piss me
distance,
off.
probably a couple of 100 feet away from the uploader, a voice yells, "I see you." It's possible that the disturbing sound was made by a coyote or a fox, but because it sounded
What did you just say? A coyote or a fox? That's a voice. That ain't no coyote or fox.
so much like
Maybe
I see
someone
you,
playing a
it could have
prank,
also
but
been
I
another
don't
camper
care.
trying to
Out of
mess
there.
with the uploader and scare him. Because the
He
YouTuber
ain't
had been
bring nothing
talking
with
and
him.
making noise almost the whole time, he might have inadvertently alerted someone else who may have wanted to play a prank on him just for the fun of it.
Yo, chat, which one of you... Is there anybody in here that's about to do this? If y'all are out in the forest and you see someone walking, are you about to pull a prank like this? Nah, that's messed up, right? Y'all messed up.
Still, it's hard to
That is
imagine why
crazy.
anyone else would be wandering in the same secluded part of the woods as the uploader. What's most disturbing is that the
Bro, it's the
person or
woods.
animal or whatever it was that
Not
made the
no
noise
animal.
appeared to yell out right after the guy turned off his lamp, almost as if they were waiting for that to happen to yell out something disturbing.
Yeah, that was probably the creepiest part because as soon as he turns off his lamp, they say, I see you. First of all, you can't see him no more. Second off, who can make that voice though?
Luckily, the uploader was able to make it back to his campsite safely and has continued uploading outdoor footage to this day.
So you're telling me you didn't go home? You stayed? Bro. Dude, does nobody have brain cells no more? Like, yo, what? You ain't go home?
Sam
Bro,
is a
who else
YouTuber
going
from
on?
Cleveland, Ohio, who's been
Oh, I think
uploading
I'm gonna
videos of
watch
his
this
stealth
video, I
camping
ain't gonna
trips to
lie.
his channel, The
Not
Northwest
like
Wind,
this
since
video we watching,
2016.
On
For
this
those of you
dude's
who
channel.
don't know, stealth camping just means parking your camper van pretty much anywhere without paying for parking, and people do it anywhere
Chat, I want
from
to do this.
residential
Would y'all watch?
neighborhoods
Would
to
y'all
the
watch
middle
my
of
videos
nowhere.
if I did this?
In
Like, go park
January
my truck somewhere and sleep
2024,
there?
Sam uploaded footage of his
In the
stealth
woods?
camping trip to the woods in Cleveland, leaving his camper van at a local
Let me
dog
know.
park a few hundred yards away. On his way into the woods, he finds a camping tent that's been shredded to pieces, which is honestly a little creepy, but he keeps going anyway. After setting up his tent in the woods, he starts cooking dinner on a camping stove. As the sun starts to set, he sees a couple of people walking by the campsite, and this is when he mentions that he's getting a bad vibe and feels like he's possibly in danger from them. Most experienced campers would probably tell you that if your gut is telling you something's wrong, you should probably call it a day and
Exactly.
leave, but Sam decided to stick it out for the night and kept on recording. As soon as he settles down in his tent to get some sleep, things start to get very creepy.
Wait, what happened?
Hang on.
There was two guys,
I can
right?
see it or not through the tent. I don't think so. I'm leaning right up against the light, but somebody's walking.
Yo, hold on.
around
Can we
up
just like go back?
As
Why
soon
is
as
his
he
tent
settles
so
down in his
small?
tent to get some sleep, things start to get very
No,
creepy.
you gotta have a big tent because if they try to like get Bro, you can just go right through that
It's
thing.
eight or not through the tent. I don't think so. I'm leaning right up against the light, but somebody's walking around out there very close to the tent.
Yo, you can hear them. It's snowing, right? Chat, y'all hear that?
As the seconds pass by, the footsteps outside seem to get louder and louder. At one point, Sam calls out to whoever's out there, but at first he doesn't get a response. It's only after he calls out for about the 5th time that every camper's worst nightmare starts to become a reality for Sam.
They're walking around outside in circles.
Hello? Hello?
Yo, they're speeding up. They're speeding up.
Alright, I don't like this. Hello?
No, shit, you don't like
Hello?
it, bro. What do you mean?
They're touching my tent.
Nah, you can't bring a weapon?
Hello?
No, I'm telling you, look. If you're in this position, whether you're by yourself or with somebody, look, all you gotta do is be like, say some random name, be like, Doug, grab my shotgun. And I'm telling you, they gonna scatter. Or you gotta like, hold on.
Hello? Alright, I'm getting out of here. Hello?
Thank you.
Hello? I don't know what this is, but we're getting out of here. Hang on.
Bro, how many
Hello?
times you gonna say that, bro? Go.
They're walking away now. What do you want?
What you mean, what do you want, bro? You know what they want. Oh, people piss me
What do you
off.
want? I have a knife. Where's my knife?
Let me get this straight. You gonna yell at him and say, I got a knife. So at least he brought a knife. But then out loud, you gonna turn around and be like, where's my knife? I'm telling you, bro, if I was them other people out there, I'm turning around and I'm blitzing your ass. I ain't gonna lie. Because you just told me you didn't know where your knife. I am blitzing the fuck out of your ass.
With me. With me here. Holy crap. Get away. What do you want?
Bro, they want your
Hello,
goodies.
I
That's
can't
what they
see
want.
you.
Pause.
Hello? Alright, I'm getting out of here. We're getting...
Alright, you got it. He locked
One
in
thing
now.
that a lot of people in the comments of Sam's video have pointed out is that if you're being stalked or attacked by a stranger in the middle of the woods, it's probably not a good idea to show weakness by saying things like, I can't see you, I'm spooked.
That's whoever's in his chat, he needs to take advice from them. Because why are you yelling? You know they're right there beside your tent. Why are you telling them that you're scared? Basically. Because as soon as you tell me you're scared and you tell me you don't know where your knife is, bro, I'm blitzing your ass, bro. I'm telling you. Bro, I'm jumping on your tent. Your tent is so small, I'm jumping on it and you're not getting out. Bro, I'm blitzing that ass. I'm telling you.
And I don't like this. After this,
Pause,
the
what did I
attackers
just
apparently
say?
leave the campsite. But
Yo.
as soon as he steps out of the
I'm off
tent, Sam
I'm off
sees
one
them
right now.
standing eerily in the woods just a few feet away from him.
They collapsed my tent on me. I don't know which way they went. I think they went this way. I see you. Get away.
I see you. Bro, that's not doing nothing. Bro, book it. Book it. That's all you got to do.
All right,
book
I'm
it.
spooked. I don't like this. Get my headlamp on and we're getting out of here right now. They're just standing there.
Yo, you hear them people? Hold on, y'all hear that running? Listen.
I think they went this way.
As soon as he bends
I
over.
see you.
Pause.
Get away. All right,
Right
I'm
here.
spooked. I don't like this. Get my headlamp on and we're getting out of here right now. They're just standing there.
Y'all hear that?
They're just standing there. What do you want? Leave me
Bro,
alone!
they want your goodies. That's what.
Completely freaking out after the disturbing encounter, he obviously decides to call it a night and head back to his van in the park. But things only continue
Bro,
to get
that
worse
little
for Sam.
ass tent.
All right, they're moving again. I don't know. I'm getting out of here. We're going.
Bro, why are you
I'll come
still
back for
standing
this
there?
Some other time. All right.
Fuck that little
I'm
ass
here.
tent. That shit was like
I'm
$20,
moving. Don't
bro.
follow me.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
where to
because
go.
they're gonna
I don't
listen.
know which way to.
What
get
do you
out of
mean
here.
you don't know where to go?
I smell your cigarette. I can hear you.
Yeah,
I
okay.
hear you.
Yeah, they hear
As he's
you.
making his way
Go.
back to the park, he looks back
Bro,
at the
people piss
campsite
me
and
off,
sees the
I swear to
attackers
God.
stealing his things, but he decides to leave his stuff behind, terrified for his life. As he's
No, if they're stealing his things, they ain't got nothing on them, bro. You got to go back and blitz their ass, bro. I'm talking about. There's only 2 of them, right? That's what they said. 2 of them. Well, you got to blitz their ass. They're probably homeless. They don't know what to fucking do. They're
He's
skin
running
and
through
bones.
the woods now. He
Blitz
turns
that
back
ass.
and sees his attackers chasing him.
They ain't attacked.
Gotta
They ain't
lead back to
attackers.
the main trail. I don't know.
Bro, at this
where they
point,
are,
if they're
it's
that close, you got to defend yourself, bro.
It's all foggy up here. I got water in my headlamp. I don't know where to go. I don't see or hear anybody anymore. I hear them coming. Can't see.
Fucking run, then.
Okay, get me there.
Yahoo.
I'm recording all of this.
Okay, they probably know that by now.
I'm calling up police. All right, I'm back on the path. Back on
Bro,
the
you
path.
sound weak as hell right now.
Okay. Okay. Get away from me!
Bro, why are you stopping, bro? Run!
After making it back to his van safely, he drove home and gave his viewers a recap.
Hold on, chat, YouTube viewers, whoever watching this right now, let me give y'all a little rundown real quick. If y'all ever go in the woods, don't go by yourself. And if you do, you better have something on you. Second off, whether you're with somebody or not, have that thing on you. I'm telling you, you've got to. For animals, random people. See, like that situation right there could have been over in 2 seconds. You got that thing on you. Just, and they're gone. That's all I'm saying. Cock it, and they'll leave. Third and most important thing, do not bring some baby-ass tent with you. Bro, I'm telling you, all they had to do is jump on him, and they could have, like, smothered him. Like, bro, that thing was big, like, that was like a doghouse. That thing is not big enough.
Of everything that happened. As you can imagine, a lot of people in the comments accused the uploader of staging the video, mentioning that nobody in their right mind would continue to record as they sprint through the woods in the dark. But his reaction seems pretty genuine to me.
You gotta record.
Different people act different ways in
happens,
situations of stress.
right?
As for who the 2 guys who stalked and attacked him were and what they wanted, that's really anyone's guess. If what they did to Sam was some kind of joke, that's a pretty messed up joke to play on someone. But because the uploader confirmed that they didn't end up stealing his stuff when he went back the following morning, it's also clear that looting the campsite wasn't really their main focus. We can't really know what they would have done to him if he hadn't run from the campsite.
Oh yeah, we
but
can.
at any rate, it's probably a good thing
Yeah,
he
we
did.
can. We can definitely know.
Love Sundays is a camping channel on YouTube run by a guy named Sean, who uploads some pretty cool footage of his solo camping trips everywhere in the UK. In February 2024, he uploaded a video where he left his van on the side of the road next to the woods, and then went to do some exploring, jumping over a fence to walk through the woods. After that, Sean makes his way back to his van to make dinner, where he then heads out once
so
again
he's
for an
staying in
evening
his
stroll through the
van.
woods.
He's smart.
Upon his return to the van, he goes to bed at about 9 p.m., but at 3 in the morning, things start to get a little disturbing.
Please tell me you lock everything.
Well, I'll see you in the morning. Good night. A car's just pulled up, and it sounds like they're walking around the van.
Bro, what are y'all doing in this situation? Bro, I'm getting in my driver's seat and gone.
As soon as Sean pulls back the curtains, the people who were walking around the van get back in their car. When he put his head out the window to see what was going on, the car drove away, leaving him alone for the rest of the night. It wasn't until the next morning that Sean realized what the visitors had done to his van.
Dude, this one ain't
Right,
that
well, I
scary,
think we should
though.
At least go outside and see how miserable the weather is.
This one ain't really that scary because they ain't even try to do nothing for real. They break his door?
My door's stuck. What the actual...
What happened? Yo. Nah, see, those is just like some... That's probably some people that just like messing with people. No, it ain't staged. There ain't no way. You don't stage something that this little right here. Like, that's not something you'd be like staging. That's just like some people that want to mess with people.
It was obviously just people wanted about and just
Yeah.
be funny, I
See.
guess. But how dangerous is that? Locking someone
What you mean? It's not dangerous. You
in their
got 3
van?
other doors,
Let me check the back door. Well, there's nothing on this one.
so you
because
could have got out
they
right
wouldn't
there.
be able to tie it
It's
to
not
anything, would they?
dangerous.
There's no
You
way.
got
they could have
another
done
door right
that
there.
door anyway.
Got 2 other doors.
Why someone would want to lock a stranger in their van is anyone's guess, and the only reasonable explanation I can think of is that maybe they were trying to steal the diesel from the van and put the zip ties on the door in case Sean realized what was happening and attempted to get out to stop them.
Because there's 2 other doors.
It could have also been a local who didn't want anyone parking their camping van in that area, but we'll likely never know. Luckily,
No,
after he
they
cut the
just
zip
hit a
ties
quick
off,
lick
he made it back
real
home
quick, and
unharmed and has continued uploading videos of his
It was
camping
definitely
adventures
just
in the
people that
UK.
was just wanting to mess with people. Which I think. I'm pretty sure
The
that's
Facts
what
by
it was.
HowToHunt.com is a channel dedicated to sharing knowledge about the outdoors and encouraging people to explore the wilderness. In January 2022,
How many of y'all people
a
watch
pretty
these?
terrifying video was
Like, watch
uploaded
these
to the
channels?
channel in which a group of teenagers can
I
be
might
seen
start.
reacting to some strange sounds coming from somewhere in the woods.
Oh my.
Hear it?
Somebody firing that bitch
Trevor.
off. Right?
Austin, get the light.
What was that? What in the fuck was... Nah, this one's staged. Bro, what is that? What is that noise? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This is the most obvious stage I've ever seen.
Hey!
Alright. Maybe it's a moose. Right? They bang their antlers off of stuff. Like off of trees and stuff. That's kind of what they sound like, right? Alright.
That was not an elk.
Yo, y'all know what this reminds me of? My bad. Fuck it. Indian tribes. Indian tribes, right? They got the drums, and then like they start yelling and howling and stuff, right?
Get my keys. Oh, get ready.
Yeah, that's a drum, right? Because it's got that little echo after it hits. Whenever a moose and stuff, they hit their head on trees, it don't sound like that. Am I right?
Everybody, get in my truck.
Why you sound pissed off? But this sounds so staged. Everybody, get in my truck. Like, no. That's not how you talk whenever you're in that situation. You're like, bro, let's go. Or like, come on, get in the truck. You don't start yelling
When you're
at
out in
them
the
and
woods
stuff.
in the middle of the night, it can be easy to mistake certain animal noises with human screams. Foxes, coyotes, and bobcats are all known to make sounds that can sometimes be hard
No.
to tell apart from human yelling.
What did you just say? They don't sound like that. You can clearly tell the difference between a human making a noise and an animal making a noise if you know what you're talking about. Maybe not you, but I
But
guarantee
in this
you
case,
most
I don't know
people
of any
can.
animal that can make that kind of noise, especially
see.
when you consider how loud the banging on the trees was.
Maybe
Elk are
certain
known to
noises,
rub their
but
antlers
not
against
most.
trees, but
But
it
it don't
obviously
sound like
doesn't
that.
sound that loud or menacing.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the comments
Okay.
of the video have mentioned that the sounds aren't too different from human screams, and it could have just been a
Exactly.
man screaming in the woods in the middle of the night, although that's also pretty messed up in itself. Even though some viewers have claimed the video is staged, the uploader's reactions seem pretty genuine in this case, and the only thing we can say for sure is that it's probably a good thing that the
Alright, that was a banger video. I like that one where it was like the I see you type shit. That one was creepy as piss. I don't know what I'm doing in that situation, but yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, I think that one was staged. That one definitely was staged, I think. Cause his reaction and telling them to get in the truck, unless they was like in some Indian territory, cause like they still are out in the woods. You just got to be in their territory. But either one of them, man. If it wasn't one of them, then I think that one was staged for sure. But I ain't gonna lie. This dude is like Chillin' Scares. Y'all go check him out. He makes banger videos. I ain't gonna lie. Like, they're really good. But I'll catch you on in the next one. Peace, YouTube. Yo, real quick, thank y'all for watching this video, man. I have a lot of fun reacting to stuff, but also I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on Twitch. I do reaction videos. I'll play scary games, whatever y'all recommend, man. So go check me out. Make sure to follow up, sub up, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.